Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. My video title of this video is about the Steelers, Steelers news and updates. Of course, you know, the OTAs are still going on. We see a lot of different individuals going out there getting work in. You know, you see Russell Wilson and George Pickens, TJ Watt, the young offensive lineman, JPJ as well. A lot of different individuals going out there putting that work in, of course, and trying to get ready and prepare for the season for a Super Bowl run. Like I mentioned in the last video, I think our Super Bowl window creeped up a little bit. It's open a little bit. It's like cracked open a little bit. It's not fully open, but like somebody like cracked it open a little bit. You know, like a little breeze you feel in there. Getting a new quarterback, getting some new guys added to the team, and we're gonna see what happens, of course, as this training season, off season goes on, and as we get to the preseason, then get to the regular season, we'll see what happens. You know, when it happens. But I think the Steelers have a chance to go out there and try to redeem themselves a little bit. But let's start off first with Fields. Justin Fields, I love this competitive nature with him. I love that he's going out there and competing. He said, "I'm not just here to just go out there and just, you know, talk about just being on the bench and just be like sitting around and stuff. You know, I want to go out there and I want to play. I want to start. I'm competing to start. I'm not competing just to be sitting around for a long time for a second spot. He said, I'm on the start. He said it was a relief when he got traded to the Steelers. He knew he had an opportunity to go out there and be a starter. He had an opportunity for a fresh start as well. So seeing him here and had that mentality here, you know, wanted to compete, not running away. You know, not trying to shoot no shots at Kenny Pickett, but you know, he did kind of run away a little bit, but not running away. You know, trying to stay here and you know, just competing, and see who wins the spot. Now I don't know if it's one of those things where you're just competing with yourself, because the spot is already solidified, but you never know what can happen. He could go out there and have a phenomenal offseason, phenomenal training camp, and they might say, hey, you know what, you're going to be the starter, or this is going to be this, or this is going to be that. And so I think Russell Wilson probably still be the starter just because of his experience and the way he's been playing in previous years. But I think Justin Fields can learn from this and bring this to the next year, or if he do start this year, if anything goes wrong or anything happens, or Steelers put him in, we can see some things from Justin Fields. But I love his mentality, his approach, where he's going in there and say, you know what, I'm going in there to compete. I'm going there to play. I don't care what they say about who's starting or who solidified a spot. I'm going to create my own opportunity to go out there and perform. I'm moving on to the next topic. JPJ has bulked up a little bit, as you guys seen early in the video. I had a little video thing planned. JPJ had added a little more muscle. I think about maybe 5 to 10 more pounds of muscle. He added a little bit more, you know, weight to him, like that, a little more size to him, a little bit. Probably a mixture of pounds, not just pure muscle. That take a little while to do, but he had a little more weight to him. But JPJ, he did a pretty good job last year. A good job last year as a player. You know, he finished up there in the defensive rookies and stuff like that. Finished up there in the finalists for the defensive rookie of the year. He didn't win the award, but he's up there finishing with it. I think Will Anderson won the award. I think Kobe Turner should have won it, but Will Anderson got it. But JPJ was a good player. His tackling was a little thing that was kind of shaky last year, but as the season went on, he got better and better with tackling. He went out there and delivered and made some big hits, made some big tackles, getting downhill and being physical. Now him being more like bulked up, a little bigger as well, going to help him a lot with his tackling and his skills as well, and being more physical. He's already a physical cornerback, but being even more physical and imposing his will on some of those receivers and getting out there and like, hey, making some things happen. I think a Pro Bowl year could be a year. It could be a year for him to become a Pro Bowler, really. And you look at it like that, you know, in the AFC, we got a lot of talented, of course, cornerbacks in the AFC and the NFC as well, too, but the AFC as well. You know, the teams you probably battling for the spot. I think JPJ could be up there. You know, last year I believe he had 1 interception. Now he could have had about 3 of them. He kind of dropped a few of them like that, but he had a lot of pass breakups and a lot of big time plays he made in coverage. Great coverage, great as well. I think this year he can get about 4 interceptions. He's one of those guys that's not going to have a lot of interceptions. You know, he's not going to be like a 8 interception, 9 interception type of guy, because he's a guy who's more about like skill, playing his coverage skills. Coverage skills gonna be high. He's not gonna give you an opportunity to get the ball thrown to you a lot. He's not gonna leave any opening spaces. He's not a ball hawk type of player. He's one of those type of guys like the Jalen Ramsey. Who else? Another guy like that in this league. Kind of like Jalen Ramsey is one of them. Sauce Gardner, another one like that, like Sauce Gardner type. Chris Gonzalez from the Patriots, he was injured last year, but when he played too, same draft class, they look like physical type of guys. They might not get a lot of interceptions, but they're gonna shut the whole side of the field down. You know, you're gonna get the ball thrown over there because they have that arm length is crazy. They can jump up with some of the best receivers, have the speed to match up against them too as well, and they're very patient too. So you're gonna see them going out there and just shutting the whole side of the field down and shutting that receiver down. And JPJ did a good job against some big receivers last year. You know, against he guarded Devontae Adams a few times, Andrew Hopkins a few times as well. Against Jamar Chase, against the other different guys he was playing against, he went out there and played some good defense against them. So I think JPJ could have a Pro Bowl year this year. We'll see what happens, but hey, I'm hoping it happens. And maybe all Pro too. You never know. Moving on to the next topic. George Pickens said he is confident. He said he's more confident with the QBs in this room this year than he was last year, which is understandably so because, you know, you have more talent. You got Russell Wilson, Justin Fields compared to Kenny Pickett. Mason Rudolph did a pretty good job last year, you know, but, you know, it's still like overall like that. So Mason Rudolph, Kenny Pickett, and Mr. Trubisky. So he have like more talent this year. George Pickens, I think he can make like a new leap. And a lot of people keep saying that George Pickens is gonna have a bad year. I'm like, guys, if he put up 1,100 yards with those quarterbacks, imagine what he's gonna do with these quarterbacks right here. So he's gonna go out there with a new offensive coordinator, with an even better O-line, give more time for your quarterback, and being the sole number one purpose as well on the team, he's gonna have some big numbers. I think he'll have like 1,400 yards. Have some big time numbers. He might not have 100 catches because he's not the type of receiver to get 100 catches. I think he'd probably be like around the 75 to 80 range because he catches a lot of deep balls down the field. So he might not be that type of receiver for that. But I think George Pickens will have a nice year. Only thing George Pickens really is his maturity. You know, he got better and better as the season went on. But like what Coach Saban said, I think he said the draft. He was saying that it's different to play with emotion and be emotional. When you play with emotion, you fire your team up. Your passion and everything's out there. But when you play emotional, you hurt your team. You know, the penalties that happen. You get penalties and you hurt your team, and it costs your team yardage. It costs your team games. Could possibly cost them games if you do something crazy in the wrong time. So George Pickens has got to make sure you play with emotion, not just be emotional. Play with emotion. Go out there, use that intensity, use that tenacity. Go out there and just play his game, play his style, and just stay focused. You know, like that. You know, the ball coming your way, just keep working for the ball. Watch Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald, one of the best receivers at doing that. Larry Fitzgerald plays so many roles. He played outside, played inside. Sometimes the ball went his way. Remember early on in his career, he had Anquan Bolden over there, so he had to kind of balance out with him and different receivers that he had throughout his career. He was always a good leader, a good stable guy, and he just wanted to win. But George Pickens got to learn how to do that. Just learn how to go out there, be focused, stay mature, stay locked in, and go out there and try to just play to win. And then, you know, you do positive things, you know, like blocking and doing certain things and getting your guys pumped up and keep the guys motivated as well. The ball will come to you eventually, and you'll make your play and get your opportunity. You gotta be ready for it. So I think George Pickens can go out there and probably put up 1,400 yards, maybe double-digit touchdowns. You never know. Because our receiving room is not super duper crazy talented, with depth. But we do have some guys. We got like George Pickens. We have Ron Wilson, who I think will be good too. Van Jefferson, a little sneaky, you know, got that speed as well. A deep threat type of player, a little sneaky type of player, a playmaker a little bit as well. Porter Patterson, you know, kind of like a running back, receiver. He do everything really. So our receiving room might not be like the super eye popping, but we have some talent on the receiving room like that. We just gotta go out there and use them in the right spots. Move on to the last topic. Cam Hayward versus Mark Madden versus Gary Dulac. You know, they've been kind of going ahead a little bit on social media a little bit. They saying that Cam Hayward was not in contact with the team, and he said that was false. Which was we probably do believe it's false. We heard from his mouth as well too. And Coach Tomlin literally said that Cam Hayward talked to him. He said he talked to Cam Hayward all the time. Like he said, I talked to him the other day. He said it's not like a special thing. He said we do this all the time. We always talk to each other. So that right there was false already from Dulac. And then Mark Madden doubled down on him. Mark Madden always saying some crazy stuff. He's always he always does for the clicks. He's like always there. He's like one of them old people that just love. It's like, I wish it was like the old school style, but everything changed. It's kind of, I don't know if you guys watch wrestling, but like the old dude Jim Cornette. He's cool and all sometimes, but sometimes he just do too much. You know, like just like all grumpy and stuff. Like, I wish it was like the old style. I wish like the old days. I'm like, hey, the game gonna change. The game revolutionized like that. You know, players want to get to pay their money. You know, why would I ask a billionaire for a discount? And eventually, sometimes the billionaire teams, you know, billionaire owners, they cut you eventually anyway. So I'm like, I'm gonna get as much money as I can, you know, like playing with this team and stuff, and get my family compensated for all the hard work I put out on the field and everything. You know, sacrificing my body out on the line multiple times and going out there. He had a groin injury to his groin and came back the season last year and still made some plays for us. So it's like, I'm not gonna take a discount from the discounted like contract, you know, from a billionaire. Be like, hey, billionaire guy, I'm gonna take a discount for you. No. Okay, he wouldn't do the same thing for you guys. You know, most of the owners they don't face any consequences if they like have a bad season. Like they have a losing season. A lot, especially like the Panthers owner. He do some crazy stuff. They throwing water on the fans and all this incidents he's been having. Still the owner, you know, the Colts owner Jim Irsay was doing all type of stuff. He had all these drugs in his car and driving on the street intoxicated and doing some crazy things. You know, so like they don't have no like, they basically have no punishment for anything they do. Like they can run the organization to the ground and they still get their money from their TV deals, from the selling of their merchandise stuff, from different venue events, you know, parking and all that type of stuff. They make all their money, like almost $1 billion a year bringing in. So why would I ask a discount for that? If I have a bad game, they're gonna cut me. or they're gonna start trying to lowball me with my contract. So Cam Hayward, he'll get a contract. They probably meet eventually, get a contract between the Steelers. Think they can sign and Stan and Cam Hayward probably get one that he agree upon, and rightfully so for him to do. Go out there and see how try to get his money, get as much money as possible, because he's later in his career, he's a little older now, try to get as much money as possible to be on the team. So but. Yeah, I see some fans too. Some fans always side with the owner. Me, I always side with the fans. I mean not the fan, but the players. I always side with the players most of the time, because I'm looking at it like this. I'm like, hey, they put their buyout on the line. They're going out there playing, and like they have to play good to get paid. The owner can run this company terribly, and they still get their stuff. There's no penalty for anything they do like that. You see the Pistons for the NBA, Detroit, they've been terrible for a long time. You look at a lot of these teams, the Charlotte Hornets. Michael Jordan sold the team. He made a big time profit for, I think, like $4 billion. Like a $3 billion profit from it. But they've been terrible. They haven't made it past the first round of the playoffs, and like I don't think ever. So you see a lot of those teams, the ownership be like terribly run, but they still getting paid their money. So why I take a discount for my contract? So I'm always gonna stop the players every time. Of course, sometimes it'd be like a little outrageous, like certain guys. Be like, okay, come on, they're not paying you that right there, but. Most of the time, hey, the player wants to wait out there and try to get their money and try to make that big time buck. Hey, let them go out there and do it. Cam Hayward is a stable for our team, multiple time All-Pro, multiple time Pro Bowler. He's on top 3 for our sack leader record as well. Amazing player, one of the phenomenal players, a great leader on our team. That's the one thing that's important. Team chemistry and locker room control is a very important thing. You need to control the locker room. Having a guy like Cam Hayward there to kind of like mentor a lot of those young talents. Very good. So yeah, so that's basically my take on that. And also the draft will be coming to Pittsburgh in 2026, so that's gonna be very cool. I might show up there as well. So hey, you might see me there. They're gonna be very clean. SteelerNation is worldwide. Look at SteelerNation Australia. You look at SteelerNation, they be like different places. Like they got the Mexico Steelers channel, they got all type of stuff. Najee Harris be in Mexico with some of the Steeler fans. We see Germany and all type of stuff. SteelerNation is worldwide and global, a big fan base, one of the best fan bases in the NFL, and one of the best fan bases in sports. So we're gonna see a lot of people. I think Detroit Lions have about 250,000 people. Of course, a lot of different people there. I think the Steelers can probably break that record. We're trying to find a way to break that record. That'd be great. The 412 getting the draft is gonna be awesome. Fans from all over the world coming there. Of course, there's other team fans as well coming there too as well, but mostly going to be Steeler fans, because it's going to be our home. It's going to be Steelers home like that. So it's going to be very cool to see. I probably will be showing up there, going there. That'd be awesome. But that's great. The Steelers finally getting the draft on. I know a few years back we tried to hit the Steelers in the run for it and they didn't get it, but now they finally getting one. So it's going to be awesome to see. So it's going to be a big event. I'm going to try to show up there, try to make it there in 2026. So yeah, you guys might see me there if you guys show up there. But yeah, this is all I got for video today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.